My Gavan and Melonin, and well met indeed. I'm Arachir Galadurthan, head of the modding team behind Divide and Conquer, and welcome back after some 2 weeks or something to the Anduin in Divide and Conquer. We are doing rather well, but the victory is not yet in our grasp, but within time I feel that we will get there. On our eastern bound, Erunrunen has recently fallen to, of course, his cheeriness, Déorwine. We also did try and take Beralge with just Déorwine, but of course that ended poorly, and he had to run away. So he's now in Erunrunen, which means Dol Guldur most now northerly settlement is Beralge, here on the eastern side. Dale look like they're going to try and take that, so we can leave that to them. In the centre of the forest, Enethauer, which literally means central forest, or middle forest. Enethauer is rebel, so Dol Guldur don't own that, so we don't have to worry about that at the moment, but we can now begin our final push into Dol Guldur by heading south through the forest. Dol Guldur will try and fight back, as anyone would when their sovereignty is threatened. They're going to come at us from the south, but in the Vale itself, up to Dwinberg and up to Fenholm, or Fenholm. In the north, the situation is even better. As you can see, Mount Déorwine has been taken and named correctly, and we've also pushed forth. We took Bjorn's tomb, where sadly Bjorn passed away, and we are now trying to run away from this army here, because it's going to kill everything we have in the north here. So we're desperately trying to run away from it. Now, as somebody pointed out in the last episode, we might have to fight Captain Ugdash, because if we don't, we then may not be able to retreat when Ugluk hits us at the end of this turn. So we need to fight Ugdash just so that we can run away. So that's what we're going to have to do in a second. Otherwise, everything else is going relatively according to plan. We have got a nice little army, in fact a full army almost, if coupled with Fastrid, making its way north to Framsburg, where it will link up with the garrison of Framsburg, and we'll have at least something to throw at Ugluk to try and grind him down. He is the only real threat now that we have. Remember, this is version 5 that you're watching, or at least this is on the way to version 5, and the Anduin will have been made harder, or we will make it harder before it is released to you all. My playthrough being 29 turns in and not really being troubled by Dol Guldur, we've cut Moria out, we've pushed into Gundabad quite nicely. We can do certain things so that when the player is the Anduin, we can make Gundabad and Dol Guldur better. But make those things only happen when the player is Anduin. So it will be harder for all of you. And I've just realised that we can't actually attack Captain Ugdash, so Fastrid is going to die. So apologies there, sir. You are going to die in the north. And we're probably going to lose Mount Déorwine, but that's not the end of the world. We make about 1,000 coins, which is not too shabba-labba-ding-dong. And elsewhere, everything just sort of is ticking over. Dwinberg has enough forces that it might be able to at least hold from Gudrun. And over here, I believe you're building me towers, aren't you? Just while we finally have free upkeep in Fenholm. And that's where we are, and this is where I believe we end the turn, unless the garrison here can move out. No, it cannot. So yes, we are ending the turn. There's our spy, he's up at Beralge, and Radagast the Brown is in Erebor trying to get these stubborn dwarves to accept an alliance so that we don't die. Now do remember that Rakiberg is held by Gundabad. So we will have to fight them off there. But Gundabad are well and truly done. They've got 3 settlements, that's why that large army exists. But without the threat of that army, Gundabad's, the fire from within has gone. And we will be able to easily put them down. I'm very tempted to just auto-resolve this. We are not in a million years going to win this, even if we play to the best of our possible potential. There is no way that this band of essentially early-tier Anduin militia is going to do anything to this army. Remember that Snow Orcs, particularly Black Shield Archers, are fantastic archers. So not only, even though our archers are good, theirs are better in this instance. And they've got 5 archers in that army. They've got half-trolls, they've got Pale Uruks, Bulks Champions, and you may have noticed they also come with some Snow Trolls. There's just nothing that we can do here. So we can try and withdraw, actually. So we can run away. Oh, so then what we're going to do is go into the battle and instantly run away. Let us do that.
Attack!
Success. Our army fled, and we've made it all the way back to Mount Déorwine. We snuck past their reinforcing army and managed to make it out. Oh dear, Aragorn has died. Oh. Blimey. You don't see that often, do you? Well, sorry, Aragorn, old bean. You're gone. Oh, no one holds the Rudar uplands, but Angmar have arrived at the Etten Moors. Angmar pester our western side, but they haven't actually come to arms with us yet. Oh, and we're under attack. Oh, I didn't realise that. Well, we can easily scatter them. Let's just get that. What have you got? A couple of nothings. There's no point. We'll just go in there. Right, Fastred, your task now is to just try and stay in there. Try and stay alive inside of there. I think it's going to be quicker if we get the army out. So the army is going to come north to come and get you. Oh, it's going to be so close. Hopefully we can get there, and then we'll get all of these forces combined against Ugluk. Right, another tower can be built. I will take a yes on that. Thank you kindly. With the UI competition, at first I did think that 3 weeks was probably way too long a time to give people to generate these UI splash screens. But now that we're only a week away now, and we are still getting submissions, and it's just been fantastic. I am genuinely almost overwhelmed at how people have taken to this UI competition. I'm so thrilled with it. So thank you to all of you that have taken part, and to those who have at least had a look and seen which ones you might like or otherwise. Right, you can go in the boat. We'll pick you up there at the Carach. I've seen, with my time on Reddit of late, that there's a possibly ironic, possibly not so ironic movement that suggests that Feanor did nothing wrong. In a similar vein to the Empire did nothing wrong. There's a lot of suggestion that all of Feanor's evil deeds were not actually of his own volition, or indeed were spurred on through inaction or negligence in many ways on the part of the Valar, as he was the only one who truly fought against Melkor and saw Melkor for what he was. I haven't looked into this too thoroughly, but it did make me chuckle. On the subject of the Empire did nothing wrong. I can agree that the Rebel Alliance is something of a terrorist organisation, but I am interested to see how those who believe the Empire did nothing wrong write off the destruction of Alderaan. Rumours from Ered Luin. Rumours now fly across Middle-earth that a messenger of Mordor has approached Ered Luin with an offer, claiming Barad-dûr is willing to return the 3 surviving dwarven rings of power to Ered Luin in exchange for friendship between the Blue Mountains and the Mountains of Shadow. That comment doesn't need to be there, and that is quite possibly the longest sentence I've ever read. The High Elves have sent an envoy to advise the Clan Lord to remain loyal to the Free Peoples, but only time will tell what the Clan Lord's decision will be. Oh, a Déorwine is taking on a Doacer. A Doacer, probably a hard K. Soft Seas are a much more modern day thing, aren't they? I don't really want you, actually. No, we've got more than enough people. I will take a Hunter's Guild if it's going. Western Moria has been besieged, so the dwarves are doing well. And Ugluk did not attack us. So, I think we should press his hand in Dane's halls. So what we're going to do instead, now because we've managed to get Fastred out alive, we're going to build an army.
Your orders, my lord.
We're going to build an army.
My lord.
Right, we want Fastred, and I want your archers, definitely. But otherwise, I think the rest can probably stay there. So, Fastred, you come down,
Yes, my lord.
link up with Gundor and all of these. Cavalry's not going to be all that useful in there, but we might meet them on the field, so take the cavalry just in cases. There's room for 4 more units, and you've got 4 more units, but that is... No, that'll be a good mix then. With all of your archers added in, we'll have quite a nice archer army there. Right, perfect. We're still making the money. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get Dane's halls and force Ugluk to come this way. We could take Rakibeg on the way through, I suppose, as well. But we shall see.
Yes,
We can hold on to Déorwine, that will help greatly because it brings in a lot of money.
Ships ready. Your will, my lord.
Oh, look at that.
Fine day to sail.
And we'll have even another archer. Is there an archer we want to replace out of that lot? I don't think so. So one of your archers can go back to Mount Déorwine.
Making camp here.
When the time comes. And what's your plan, Gudrun? Where are you off to? Oh, yes, please. Woodman warriors and another archer. We only make 500 gold
Your
coins.
orders, my lord.
Right, get you back into Fennon where it makes a ton of money, and then store sheriffs. Or send the Valesman. We'll send the Valesman down to Dwinberg and leave you two there as the garrison. And you're going to hit Enethauer because the elves have failed to take it time and time again, and so we shall do it for them. And that army from Dale is definitely going to win there. With Dale's Riverman unit looking very good. Who made the UI for that? That's fantastic. They fit with the originals really nicely. I assume that's Hummingbird, but then recently I saw him request some other people to do some UIs. I'm not sure, but I don't know. That unit just looks fantastic. Anywho, let us end the turn, I believe. Yes, and let's see if Ugluk will at least play ball and go for Dane's Halls instead of, or Dine's Hall instead of Déorwine. Although I think it is pronounced Dane, primarily because if it were a Sindar word, you would say Dine, you wouldn't say Dane. This is the same as Edine. Quite literally, that's just Dane's name with an E on the end, E at the front. But because Dane obviously is a Kuzdal word and means something we don't know, the pronunciation is not as it is with the Sindar, so it's not Dine and it is Dane. No, I don't want another one. Again, they keep offering all of these. No, they did attack us. Mauluk, Conqueror of Dane's Halls. Interesting. Right, so you leave an archer there in Yulstone, and then the rest of you, you'll just have to play catch up. These guys are going to go on. There is Rakuberg, speak of the devil, and there is King Hazolg the Bloody, their faction leader, residing within. I don't really want to attack it, but we can't get past at the moment.
Your orders, my lord.
So we might as well. We'll just hold the siege and see what happens. That might pull him in, mightn't it? Actually,
Your orders, my lord.
Ugluk might come down then. The army that they've got up there, I'm not too concerned. Mount Déorwine is quite an easily defended settlement. Oh, we were one turn away from getting a militia garrison. That's frustrating. Construction. We've got a moot hall in Bjorn's Hall, so we get better recruitment and free upkeep. And Meithelberg and Goblin Town both built mountain watchtowers, leaving mountain outposts next, but they cost a fair amount, and we don't have the monies for that. And what happened over here? Oh, no way. How did they do that? You had a full banner army, Dale. What on earth has happened there? Oh, for crying out loud. We don't want to ally these people. Apparently they're awful. Downright awful. Such a shame. Such a shame. There we were thinking, Dogaldor's neatly tied in a bow. But then actually, with Dale even just doing what they're doing, that's giving Dogaldor more than enough to think about, so they won't really be focusing on us, which is evident because they haven't attacked us since we lost Roskabel. And we've cleared much of the forest now. Well, Ugluk hasn't arrived, but they're going to try and stop any reinforcements from joining. So, well, we'll just run that away. Oh, come on. They're just a unit of archers. Do me a favour, Gundabad. Not a very good army, but I suppose it would take Fastrid if it met him. So we can't get Fastrid through to Rakuberg at this time. So he's going to have to stay there. Another Déorwine benefactor. Oh, we've got plenty of them there. Can you get a better town hall? No, not until we upgrade, and you won't be doing that for a long old time. In fact, you won't be doing that until we build all the mountain watchtowers, will you? Oh, I don't know. It's just about needing a carpenter's hut. I think we might be able to. And isn't 1,500 actually when it upgrades? So I think we're actually there, and that's why it's not saying anything. Right. We'll just besiege Enethau. There's no point pressing our advantage there until we absolutely have to. Oh, Dale came back to siege it, and they've got the elves in tow this time, so maybe we might get lucky. Right, what do we do here? That's the question.
Yes, my lord.
I say, well, if we let this we'll get attacked in the back. Ugluk is probably in Dane's Halls by this, I should imagine. I think we've got to attack it, haven't we? We've got to attack the city and wipe out those within. It's just a nuisance that our reinforcing army's not going to get there. That's a pain in the neck. Do we divert back just so that we can form one army, or do we attack? It's just because we've only got 3 archers in that army, and archers are what are going to help us here because they don't have any. And without the archers, it's going to be a slog and a half. But if he tries to get through... No, I've made my decision.
Yes, my lord.
We're going to delay and lift the siege so that we can form up into a single army.
Your orders, my lord.
And send up those.
By your command.
Yes, my lord.
Get ready to...
Your orders, my
Well,
lord.
you join with them, that'll make them less likely to attack. And then we'll merge those on the next turn, and then we'll go, if necessary, for Rakiberg then. Such as it is. Enethau has only got 2 turns to go, and we've got a little force in Dwinberg, actually. We could do something with it, but then we don't need to. We wouldn't. There's no point. End the turn again. I don't have any updates for you, of course. It's only a short while since we recorded the Dol Amroth episode. Many of you are still enjoying the Skyrim playthrough, although, of course, also many of you aren't. It receives far fewer views, and that is to be expected. It's totally unrelated to Lord of the Rings and to Total War. But it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? Oh, right, here we go. Captain Othrod has come in, and he's actually got some troops, but they are all trash. Not a single Gundabad unit amongst them. But then we have got those 3, and they're the ones that will be the challenge. But we've got some archers, and we've got 28 store sheriffs, and we all know how good they are. But also, I'm not sure we actually saw the battle map, did we? So this is an opportunity to actually see it.
Prepare for battle.
Did we attack Gundabad, or were we attacked? I'm sure we were attacked. So this is our opportunity. Oh, I didn't mute my phone, did I? Oh, that was lucky. I have Age of Empires 2 Definitive Edition faction jingles as my sound effects for my phone. So the Italian theme is my ringtone, and the Inca theme is my message tone. And then I think I gave... Oh, and then emails is the original HD or original version Spanish theme. Because the new version of the Spanish theme, I don't need to mention to you all why it's inferior, because I'm sure you're all very aware. Right, so this is Gundabad. I'm going to presume that we didn't fight here. As you will see, let us talk brass tacks. It is a repurposed Black Gate of Mordor with 2 of the Dwarven Towers from Battle for Middle-earth 2 pitched on top. But I'm not slighting it. I'm pleased with that. It looks good then. You actually get a gate you've got to fight through. The actual city itself is modelled on the few shots we had of Gundabad from the Hobbit film, so that people can feel like they're tying into the films. Those bizarre amongst you who actually like the films. The rest of the settlement, though, in order to appease the AI and its terrible pathfinding, and to ensure the battle map doesn't slow down to a crawl, is essentially just a vast open space with a few tents, and then the square at the back. So you've got the large wall to defend in the first instance, and it is of such a height that towers and ladders don't do anything against it. So towers and ladders are useless. Oh, you're a javelin unit. Oh, we'll get you out early doors. So we've got our archers up on the walls, as are apparently our stores. I don't think you're going to do much up their stores, but... My temptation, to be honest, would be to go back and defend the square, or at least try and defend at the gate mouth rather than... But we shall see. Right, everyone else is up on the walls. This is our entire army, so away we go. Oh, the towers are real towers. Oh, that's good to see. So they're going to fire, our archers are going to fire, and our stores, when they get close enough, will also fire. So the rain of arrows can commence. And these are Javcav. And what we're going to get them to do is charge into the back of those Snow Orc scouts. To try and disrupt the ram.
Only half the enemy force remains.
There we are. And we're just going to keep on doing that. Oh, look, no, the mountain hunters are maneuvering to defend. Shut down the damn ram.
Curses! The enemy are battering down.
Don't you
our
hate
gates.
it when, by pure fluke, the AI sometimes actually does something really noteworthy? Come on, keep the captain alive. He's doing so well. The ram's gone down. The unit that was controlling the ram is dead. And then, have they got any other rams? Oh yeah, look, they're sending them in to take the ram. Is that mountain guard? Oh, balls. He's never going to charge into mountain guard. No matter how much we try. I mean, we're going to try, but it's probably just going to kill me. Just keep it disrupted. Oh, you are risking life and limb for Gundabad today, sir. 24% of the enemy has died. That's insane. Right, go in again.
The enemy are battering down
Go in
the
again,
gates.
go in again, go in again. Oh, killed a couple. Oh, we got them to move to stop using the ram. Whilst the arrows keep firing and the stones keep throwing and the towers keep killing. There is another ram over there. I'm sure that they'll pick up in a moment. But otherwise, I mean, we'll play this game all day long, friends. Gladly, please do keep running after me. The towers will make short work of any of your... Pull through. There we go. Gallo, stop playing at time 6 so that you can correct mistakes.
Our general lies
No! No! You will be mourned, sir. In this one battle you have done more for your nation than many of our living generals have. Did anyone remember his name? Because I've just told him he'll be remembered and I've forgotten his name. I'll have to watch that back and write his name down so we can immortalise him in some fashion. Right, well, I think we've done enough to disrupt and dismay. So let's get the cavalry back indoors, because 6 of them aren't going to do out. And remember, they're not an actual general, so if we can get them to live and get them home and replenish, then he really will live on. Shut the gate, please. Shut the gate, please. Guys. Guys, you didn't shut the gate? Shut the gate! Please shut the gate. You didn't shut the damn gate! Oh, and in a second, all of our good work has been undone.
Walls are no longer ours.
What on
The
earth
enemy
has just
have taken-
happened? Why did that just happen? And now the whole force is coming. Oh, for goodness sake. We have just undone his good works. No, don't do that. That was silly. That was silly. That was silly. Pull back. Right, archers on the walls. Let's get you down. You're going to have to go into melee, guys.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
I can't believe that we just lost the gate in such a pathetic way. I mean, I don't think we were going to win. But, I mean, I think that we probably were. I don't think they were actually going to get through. I mean, now we're going to lose. We're going to lose hard. But well, I don't know. Some of them are outing. If we can kill the general, actually. And we are attacking him. He might go down. It's anyone's call, Jim. Stores, you're not really actually doing anything. Let's get you to run down here. Hopefully you'll just skirt around the side, will you? Oh, bugger, one of our units is routing. Go on then, turn and throw. Come on, guys.
Pray something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
No, don't fight, don't fight, don't fight. We didn't kill the general, did we? It's over. It's over.
The enemy are badly bloodied.
Our stores are all that's left.
Their men.
Oh, hold on. Hold on. Hold on. There is hope yet. We've got 6 more cavalrymen. And if we can kill their general, then it'll be...
Our enemy has command of the
It
city.
won't be for naught. Come on, please.
The enemy is men of
Yes! You
Without him, his
beautiful,
troops will lose
beautiful
their will to
bastards.
fight.
Yes! Charged him in the back. You may claim Mount Déorwine back for a short time, Gundabad. But we will be back. Come on, come on, come on. Form a line, form a line. Get the hobbits to come down. Oh, they're shooting javelins at us. Bastards. Wavering. Wavering. No, the cavalry's gone.
Pray something
They're all
changes in
breaking.
the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
I think we came close to victory on a few occasions, and mismanagement has led to our defeat. But one unit still fights on. 23 brave hobbits from the Gladden Fields. But unfortunately they've run out of stones, and now they will just be cut down like kindling. Sorry guys. Sorry.
The enemy is no longer in command of the city.
75% of the enemy was
Pray
killed.
something changes in the course of battle, for defeat seems almost certain.
We shouldn't have to face this defeat. Defeat snatched from the jaws of victory.
Though defeat is ours on this day, we have nothing to be ashamed of. It was but a cruel twist of fate that snatched the
344
victory from our
kills,
grasp.
Woodman Hunters. 316 kills, Dwarven Travellers. 156 kills, Store Sheriffs. 140 kills, Aetherhead Horsemen. The Aetherhead Horsemen started that battle with 19 men. They killed 140. The Spearmen and the Veilsmen, as expected, they are units that hold lines. They are not units that kill. And in that instance, the line faltered, and as such, they died. And they didn't take many with them. Do you think, in all honesty, totally unrelated to what we're discussing, although it is related to the image on the screen, if you were walking through the forest and you happened upon a naked woman who, like everyone in Tolkien's Legendarium, is amazingly beautiful, do you think you would think, hang on, that person looks familiar, I'm sure that I must be related to them? Of course you wouldn't. I don't think anyone can begrudge Durin for sleeping with his own sister, because, well, I'm marrying her indeed, because he has absolutely no idea, of course, who she is, and I just don't think if you bumped into someone, you'd have a feeling like, oh, I think I might be related to you. It just wouldn't happen, would it? But I was saying that to Jessica the other day, because we were talking about Beren and Luthien and how Tolkien has Tolkien and Edith, J.R.R. and Edith Tolkien, his wife, have Beren and Luthien written on their graves, and we were discussing it. And of course, Luthien is said to be the most beautiful elf maiden who's ever lived. But it feels very much like if you were to be dropped into Middle-earth and you threw a stone in basically any direction, it is almost certainly going to smack someone who is the most beautiful person to have ever lived. It feels like every named character in Lord of the Rings is like the next most beautiful person. It's like ugly people just apparently don't exist in Tolkien's Legendarium.
Yes, my lord.
Now, granted, there are entire nations of people that aren't discussed, that are not discussed, but it really does overwhelmingly feel like almost everyone is just amazingly attractive.
Yes.
And Yenor, of course, is no change on that. Righty ho 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 ho. So we did lose Gleorwine, which is a shame, but our revenging army, or avenging army rather, the bear marches on, and we will take Rakiberg so that we can't be attacked in the back. But we do now need to bolster the garrison at Framsburg, for it is almost certainly going to be attacked. And that's going to be harder without the 800 gold coins that Mount Gleorwine would have offered. Now, of course, Gleorwine will also now instantly start churning out troops for them. So we've got to watch out. They're going to get armies in a second. Oh no, I don't want you. I want you. I don't want you, though, actually, but I will take the rest of you. Danka, danka, danka. And Enethau will fall in a turn. I wonder if they'll rise up, actually. Probably. They shouldn't, but they might do. But before those climactic appearances, I'm going to end the episode there. So I do hope you've enjoyed today's little foray into the Vale of the Anduin. If you're unsure what Vale actually means, I was going to say this earlier, it just means valley. Valley and Vale mean the same thing, but Vale has fallen out of disuse and thus now appears to sound more fantastical and thus fitting in a fantasy universe, whereas in truth, Vales are all over the place. And in England, for example, no one really uses the word Vale apart from place names. We have things like the Avon Vale, and so it's known for that. But it does just mean valley. You could say valley or Vale. So it's Valley of the Anduin or Vale of the Anduin. But anyway, enough of this. Let us end the episode there. So I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you're looking forward. There will be obviously another Anduin episode this week at least, possibly two. We'll see if I am able to do a video this weekend on the faction lore. But until we speak again, dear friends, Navar Neden Perimad Melonin, and farewell.